Hi Aries, I hope you're doing well. This is Naveen Ferguson. Welcome to the channel. Okay, so I'm excited. I'm doing a new format of reading. This reading is going to be for June the 16th to the 26th of 2023. Aries, please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon, and what else? What else do I normally say? Oh gosh, I can't remember. But remember, if you want to further support the channel, to become a Patreon member at patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. The link is in the description box below. Remember, I am also offering personal readings at this time. And the information for all that, and even to donate to help with the growth of the channel, is in the description box below. Okay, so Aries, let's get into it. So over here will be what's happening in your heart space, like in your heart chakra, as it were, or what your heart is trying to tell you, whatever the case may be. Over here is your mind space, okay? And over here will be your angel message bonus as it relates to everything. Okay, let's see what's happening for you. And the top cards are the themes of the space. So the theme of the understanding of your heart space currently is, okay, justice. Wow, your heart is really longing, I sense, for stability in your purpose, in your direction in life, in your craft. You want, you just don't want your heart to be oscillating or convulsing sometimes. I sense for a lot of you at the moment, there have been some extreme highs and some extreme lows, but a jolting low, you know, like when you feel like everything is going well and your extreme highs are going well, and then suddenly, bam, some type of thing you have to figure out how to fix. Or someone might have done something contrary. Aries, but what's coming through here in your heart space is this is definitely something that you want balanced out. You want the universe to assist you in just bringing peace to your heart. You don't want to feel worried sometimes, and in the anxiety of, even though you know you did your part, you know you gave a command on a certain situation, you know that certain processes should be like absolute, like common sense, like 2 + 2 is 4, and that shouldn't have to worry you. You know what I mean? You don't want your heart to be stressed like that right now. So I'm sensing that a lot of you are progressing through something, you're developing something, and you really do want peace of mind. Even though we're talking about the heart, but you want your heart to be at ease. You don't want to be stressing, as it were. Okay, and the justice is coming through, that the universe is hearing your heart. It is hearing your heart, and it's working on bringing that great karma your way. You have a lot of built up karma and positive power and favor that is coming your way to help ease your heart in the situations and the processes. What I'm also hearing from the Justice card is, allow your heart to work on going with a certain flow, Aries, whereby even if something does come to convulse, speak to your heart and say something like, you know, even though this may be pressuring me at this time, it's causing me a bit of concern, I'm going to believe it is for my greater good, whereby it's going to make me notice something to correct or to enhance. It's going to call out something that needs to be removed, even if it's jostling to the heart. You know, try to pander a bit to the positive side, because sometimes it's not too much of a bad thing to have that jolt in your heart, to know that, hey, your heart's still ticking. You know what I mean? But it's going to be transformed or transmuted for the good in the situation. So I'm drawn towards the blindfoldedness of the Justice card, especially with the angels working on your behalf. And even though your heart may cringe at certain dynamics, you don't always see the aftermath until the aftermath happens. So when that does come to hit your heart, kind of jostles you, just say a little mantra to yourself, like breathe to yourself, okay, this is what that is. I'm going to believe that it is something that will elevate me in the end. It is making my heart space stronger so that I can sympathize, I can empathize, I can grow in patience, I can make a course correction if I need to. I will feel better in this direction. Something like that. Work with a thought process, a feel, a movement like that when it comes to your heart jostling, okay? Someone is knocking on my door and they didn't say anything, so I'm just going to ignore it. Hopefully they get the point that I'm currently busy. So let's see with your heart space the intricacies are saying what's happening. Yeah, look at that. We have the 10 of Swords. So definitely in your heart space, wow, my entire body just shook in certain respects, especially my legs. So clearly there was something recent I'm sensing that caused your legs to shake, to buckle. You thought you were just going to faint and fall almost, like, it was that jostling. But this is coming through to saying that your heart is healing. You've rectified the situation, or that situation will be corrected by being removed or ending. So the pain that you have experienced recently, I'm sensing, I sense a lot of you recently, maybe a handful a couple weeks ago. But whatever that process of hurt occurred, it is now leaving. Okay, it is pandering out, or it is done. You don't need to be worried about that anymore. And I'm sensing some of you do have some traumatic issues you need to work through. Spirit said take card with that one. Yeah, the Fool. You're going into a new chapter. Okay, don't worry, Aries. Some of you have been through something recently traumatic, or something that's brought up a trauma that affected certain recent events, but you've been healing through it, okay, and it's done, okay. You will be moving on to bigger and better things. The Fool card, just go with what you have, and the universe is definitely going to handle the rest. You even have the theme, the Justice card. It's going to handle the rest. There are angels working on your behalf, good karma coming in, the scales are being balanced, okay. So don't worry about that, okay. But this stress, this anxiety, it is moving its way out. Okay, further clarification. Yeah, look at that. This is partly what I was saying as well. The Hermit brings in wisdom, that deep inner knowing of oneself, looking over the situation that you've gone through, where you've come from, and the directions that you want to go, knowing what works for you, what does not work for you. You've learned a lot from the pain, Aries. Okay, you've learned a lot from the pain, and this pain is now leaving. It is done. We don't always like pain. Sometimes it happens. It's life, but understand that you've gone through it, and you come through it miraculously. You can get this. You can get through this. Okay, it's done. Okay, it's ending, and you're going to gain a lot from it. Sometimes, unfortunately, we learn a lot through pain. Yes. But it's unfortunate, but it's a good thing that you're gaining something positive from it. It was not in vain. It didn't just come there to torture you, okay? And you're moving on to something brand new, okay? Something more fulfilling, or a new way of doing things, okay? I'm sensing for a lot of you. Because a lot of you, I sense, are already on a new journey. And there's a new way of doing things, and sometimes you feel like you don't have everything, which also brings the anxiety sometimes in certain respects, okay? But the universe is saying continue doing what you can with what you have, and the universe is definitely going to help bring what you need, okay? So let's see what else is happening in your heart space. Yeah, look at that, the 10 of Wands. Would you look at this? You have the 10 of Swords. First, we dealt with the trauma in your heart space, okay? And then we have the 10 of Wands saying that it's done. This work, this effort, this pressure that you've been fighting through, working through, having patience through, dealing with, it's done. That work and toil is done. You're moving on, okay? The 10 of Wands is coming to the completion of a stressful cycle, okay? where you're waking up early in the morning, going to sleep late at night, dealing with certain things, maybe certain pressures at work and stuff like that. This chapter, whatever project you're working with, whatever dynamic, yeah, it was a lot of work, okay? And in some cases, it was painful work, but you're at the end. You're basically there, okay? So trust that each of these ones is definitely experience is what I'm coming through, okay? And it is going to be transmitted, it's going to be used. It's not going to be in vain, okay? And I'm also sensing this has also made you a bit stronger. With this weight of these wands, look, with the legs I'm feeling right here, again with the legs, getting a strong foundation. You went through something, some of you maybe a lot of studies, some of you a lot of negotiations, whatever the case may be. Just understand that whatever pressures you've recently gone under that has really caused your heart to wrench with anxiety, with the stress of, will this be approved? Will this be done? Are these people going to be doing this? Did I do this thing right? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Just understand that that process is basically done. It's of you is already done, okay? And you're going to come out much better for it. And I'm sensing some people are actually looking at you and seeing all the effort and the resilience that you have, and also seeing the tenacity, the zeal to overcome, to deal with the situations that may flare up. You see this guy, he's holding those weights. And see those dare of abundance I'm seeing is looking at him and saying, wow, this guy is really doing it. He's really carrying this weight. He's really dealing with that. Yes, Aries, you are dealing with that, and you are coming up on top. Further clarification. Yeah, look at that, the Knight of Cups. So definitely some of you, if you're waiting for a partnership, some of you I heard a mentorship, some of you waiting for an investment or some dynamic to come through, there is going to be a certain almost like a rallying I sense for some of you as well, maybe a group partnership as it were, but there is going to be an offer of love, of support, of collaboration coming your way for some of you who are definitely searching for that. But I'm also sensing for some of you whereby after this you're going to love yourself so much so that you're going to like gain another what was the word, like a wonderful pride effect, like wow, I can't believe I did that. Okay, you're going to be elevating yourself in your vibrations of capacity, of your belief in yourself. Okay. Oh, Spirit said taking another card. Clarification. Yeah, look at that. The King of Pentacles. So this drudgery that you are finalizing and getting through, and then after the fact, you're going to feel so accomplished in yourself, being able to take on more of the world, as it were, okay? And it's going to give you the glimmer of bringing in the King of Pentacles. You're going to further see how laying down certain fortresses for yourself, financially, physically, resources, you're going to see it's going to become easier for you, is what I'm sensing. Like your eyesight with your heart space, you're going to feel more at ease in the capability of it. Your confidence in yourself is going to rise to such a prominent dynamic, as well as I'm sensing you're going to be, your heart space is going to be in like a, when certain things come, like, okay, for example, if there was a financial problem that may come up, right? It's not going to affect you like that. Later on, I'm sensing this is a later on card, whereby your heart space is going to be, you know what? I've been there, done that. I know how to get through it. I know how to take care of it. I have resources as well. I know how to manage them. I'm not going to allow that to take me off kilter, to get me out of whack. Okay? I'm going to control my heart in that regard, and we're going to deal with it accordingly. That's where you're coming from. That's what you came through with this pressure. Okay? It really was a cultivation of your heart. Okay? So take solace, take some support in that for you, Aries, most definitely. So let's see what your head space is saying, your mind. So let's see the theme of your mind at this time. Oh my gosh, Aries. I mean, well, we kind of saw that coming, right? Because even in your heart space, you started off with the 10 of Swords, levels of getting through a certain anxiety and trauma and stuff like that. In your headspace, clearly your head and your mind seem to be balanced. That's a good thing. Yay. um, in your headspace, you just, again, like I told some of you, you were sleeping late at night, and waking up very early. You a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of things you're trying to work out. You know what I mean? You want the best. Clearly, you're going through something. You know what I mean? But a lot of these things right here in your headspace, they're just imaginings. Now, I'd say if any of them were reasonably concerning, I'm not sensing that. What I'm sensing is you being way too hard on yourself with machinations that probably will never happen. Okay? Or holding yourself up to an incredibly high bar, which is nothing wrong with that, but try to keep it a little bit within a level of practicality, realistic, rationale. Okay? Just temper it a little bit. Okay? There's nothing wrong with high standards. There's nothing wrong with that. I love that for you. But let's try to give ourselves reasonable timelines. Let's try to give ourselves reasonable time for the process of work or the situation of the project. Reasonable time for rest. Reasonable time for X, Y, and Z. Okay? That's what I'm sensing here. So let's continue on and see what else is happening in your headspace. Yeah. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This is that slow-moving investment. This is that foundation you're trying to build. This is that security you're trying to build. This is that resources and connections and reputation you're trying to build. Slow and steady. You're trying to just establish an incredibly strong foundation that cannot be shaken and that cannot be moved. It's so critical. It is a very strong starting point to your endeavors that you've already started taking on. Okay? And it's because of the prominence of how important those foundations are, which is giving you anxieties, because you don't want to leave nothing to chance, because you know that it could cause a cascading effect. But again, some of that cascading effect that you're thinking is a bit unfounded. Okay? Just, give yourself a little bit of a slack, a little bit of a break. Be a little bit flexible. You don't have to be so rigid. Okay, Aries? I'm sensing that your foundation is definitely going to be dealt with, so there's no concern with that. You will be moving forward gingerly, I'm seeing, and your prominence is definitely going to be growing. So if there's any comfort, that is what I'm seeing from the Knight of Pentacles. Further clarification for you? Yeah, look at that, the Chariot, and I'm sensing this is the later on. Okay, I can sometimes sense when something is a card is for now, and then when a card is for later on, just like this King of Pentacles over here was later on. This Chariot, the fastest moving card in the deck, one of the most positive and purposeful cards, direction towards success, extremely fast, which is interestingly a contrast what's happening here, because the Knight of Pentacles is where I sense you where you are building the foundation, is one of the slower moving ones, because it's establishing on fortifications, the quality and the worth just growing in time. Okay, it's going to be incredibly strong. You can set your watch by it. Okay, wealth and abundance steadily growing. Okay, and then you have the Chariot. Well, all that's telling me is that when your foundation is fully established, Aries, you're going to be going like lightning. Okay, once the systems are in place, it starts building and building on itself. Okay, the branches start forming. Okay, and then before you know it, there's so much stuff happening, and you're getting so much abundance, and you're going to be moving quick towards varying levels of success. Okay, so take comfort in that. There is a balance happening here for you. Okay, take that in your mind so that things are going your way. Try not to overexert yourself with unfounded worries. Try not to overexert yourself with trying to do things too fast. Further clarification I'm sensing. Yeah, look at that. The Eight of Pentacles. This is you taking your time on each pentacle. Yes, there's a lot you want to do. You see the pentacles and the cobwebs and the storage, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot you want to do. But you can only do one at a time right now. Or whatever the case may be for you. Okay, with your team, if it's you, if it's a couple of people, whatever the case may be. Okay, and again, look at this. I'm telling you, Look, he's late at night working, early morning rising working. Okay? I understand that sometimes business and other things call for that. Okay? But you cannot, skirt past things. You want quality, and that's what you're working for, to create that foundation, that identity. And I'm sensing you're really hands-on right now, Aries. Very hands-on. Okay? So I hope you're taking that into account. Let's see what else is happening in your mind. What else is happening in the mind of Aries? Yeah, again, money is clearly on your mind. Success in business and finances and resources and security, all that kind of stuff, it's on your mind. Clearly. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This is you taking a very reasonable, fair, and affirmed action. Maybe you are a manager, a head of a board, something like that. Maybe you're one of the major team members. Maybe there's a lot placed on your plate by your higher ups, as it were, whatever the case may be. But you are exuding a level of authority, a level of reliability, a level of action. You have also been changing your own schedules and your mindsets to meet your high standards, to meet the lifestyle, the type of person that you want to be and that you want to exude, and what you expect surrounding you. Okay? This is someone who's growing in skill and authority, is what I'm sensing. And a lot of investment is being considered upon you, is what I'm sensing as well. Okay? You're taking yourself in higher regard. You're looking good, feeling good. You're coming into your all, is what I'm sensing. Okay? And in your mind space, you're coming into this. I'm sensing some of you are still in a bit of disbelief of the changes that are happening in life, but you're going to get there in a balanced way. Okay? You're going to start believing more in yourself. We already saw some of that already. Okay? So continue this high standard that you're staying for yourself within reason. Okay? You're considering certain levels of, clearly, in finances and investments. You're not necessarily approachable at this time, is what I'm sensing in your mind, because you just don't have time like that. Okay, but please try to take some time off for yourself. Further clarification. Yeah, look at that. The Four of Wands. That's what I'm sensing. Some of you may have not been around your family, your friends, co-work, like socially, Try to take some time for yourself. All work and no play, you can create a problem. Okay, so try to take some time for yourself. I understand your mind is on the money. Okay, but take some time for your family, your friends, even just for yourself. Okay, further clarification. Yeah, look at that. The Queen of Swords. This person is literally laser focused on their craft, on their purpose. They're putting out delegations. They're making sure certain things are happening. They're seeing between the lines, the guffs, the nifs, the whatever. They're only seeing truth. They're hearing the situations that are coming towards them, and they're giving out just policies, just procedures. You understand? Very focused on work. Okay? But what's coming through is that, please, Aries, take some time. Take just a little bit of time for a break. Okay? Nothing is going to be untowards if you just take a little bit of time for a break. Okay? And however that looks for you. Okay, Aries? So let's see what the angel bonus message has to say. And the theme of the angel bonus message for you, Aries. Yeah, look at that. The Three of Cups. What's coming through this is that all of this is going to lead to this overflow of excitement, of achievement. You're going to be celebrating, going through all of this. The end result, what I'm sensing with the Three of Cups, you're going to be celebrating. It's a lot of hard work that you've did. Your heart has gone through a lot of things. Your mind is very focused, has gone through a lot of things. The end result is going to be a lot of celebration, okay? It's going to be success, okay? And I'm sensing that some of you definitely, again, it's hitting me, even before the success, take some time to celebrate the little things, the little goals that you've gone through, okay? This over here was a little goal when you finished with the Ten of Swords. Over here was another little goal when you finish with the Ten of Wands, okay? Over here is another little goal when you're finally getting more of a foothold in your foundation to move forward and build upon, okay? Aries, please, go out with a friend, go watch a movie, I don't know, however you celebrate, but celebrate those little goals as well as the big goals when they come up, okay? Let's see what the angel message has to say extra. Yeah, look at that. So the Five of Cups, I'm sensing one of the major factors is that because you've gone through a certain amount of lows, and you just don't want another failure. You don't want another miscommunication. You don't want another almost. You don't want another mediocre. You don't. You're just tired of it, and that's why you're so fervently wanting these two cuts behind you. Okay, and you will get them. No need to fully dwell on the machinations of the past in such a laborious way whereby you give so much of your strength over to that, where you're like saying, why did I do that? I will never do that again. It was painful. You're dwelling on the pain, dwelling on the past. That focus, as you've been doing, on what you've always wanted. How are you going to go about that? You focus on the good parts about that, and do not beat yourself up over those failures or those mishaps, and then dwell on them whereby you think they might happen again if you don't do X, Y, and Z. You're torturing yourself like that. Okay, what's done is done. Continue to focus on the good that you've learned, the great that you have overcome. Okay. Further clarification for the Five of Cups. Yeah, look at that. The Hierophant. Documents, procedures, all that kind of stuff, partnerships, dealings, it's going to come into play. It's going to come into fairness. Remember, take your time when it comes to reading through things, when it comes to even speaking. Okay, a lot of delegation energy right here, negotiations, making sure that your heart space and your mind space are in balance to really speak your mind and to really bring forth what you want and what you're going after. Okay, if you do that, it'll become more ease as it relates to the other people who are receiving the messages. Okay, so you can be more comforted that these golden cups will happen. Further clarification, I'm sensing. Yeah, you're almost there. The Nine of Wands. Don't give up, of course. You're not going to give up. I don't sense that, but sometimes it does feel really hard, doesn't it? It's like once you finish one thing, it's like, oh God, I have to do this next thing. It's like you're almost feeling like you're almost there, but you're never quite there. You know what I mean? But it's coming through where you are getting there. Okay, you are getting there. Okay, but you do need to balance your work and play, is what I'm sensing. Okay, so I hope you take that under some advisement. And let's see what else the angel bonus message has to say for you. Yeah, again, the latter part is over all this, you need to rest. Okay, I sense some of you will get some answers also in your dreams. The Four of Swords. Okay, you've been through battles, and you'll continue to go through some battles, of course, but take the time to rest. The angel bonus message is really laboring that right now. Take the time to rest. For the clarification. Yeah, again, Four of Cups. You have the Four of Swords, rest. You have the Four of Cups. This guy is like, okay, I'm working on these cups and everything, what I'm sensing, and I'm doing my part, doing my best. I can only do what I can do. And I'm going to trust the universe will help me do its part. And this is the hand of the divine, the universe bringing that cup of sustenance, that Ace of Cups to fulfill you and your purpose, to help you along, okay, to bring what you need, okay? Just rest. Do yourself a favor. Just rest. You've done your part. No need to belabor on what's out of your control. The universe will handle it, okay? So, Aries. Wait a second. Angels, they're telling me to take another card for this one. Yeah, the Magician. Just letting you know that with all the work that you're doing, with all the things you have to be dealing with, you have all of the resources that you need surrounding you and within you. Whatever you think you are lacking, it's gonna come. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. It's gonna come. But for right now, Aries, the Magician, you have everything that you need. Do your best with what you have now, and remember to rest. So Aries, I really do hope that this message has helped you, help edify you, gain you some clarity, all that kind of good stuff. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and everything that was said in the intro. I wish you all the best. Bye.